Hi, I'm Margot Timmons of Cowboy Junkies. We're live at the Orange Lounge. Hope you enjoy our session. This is Misguided Angel, and it comes off the Trinity Session album. And the first time we ever all played that song is what you hear on the Trinity Session. And 2 and 3. I said, Mama, he's crazy and he scares me, but I want him by my side. And though he's wild and he's bad, sometimes just plain mad, I need him to keep me satisfied. I said, Papa, don't cry, 'cause it's alright, and I see you in some of his ways. Though he might not give me the life that you wanted, I'll love him the rest of my days. Misguided angel hanging over me, and heart like a Gabriel, pure and white as ivory, soul like a Lucifer, black and cold like a piece of lead. Misguided angel, love you till I'm dead. I said, brother, speak to me of passion. You said never settle for anything less. Well, it's in the way he walks, it's in the way he talks. His smile, his anger, and his kisses. I said, sister, don't you understand? 'Cause all I ever wanted in a man. I'm tired of sitting alone by the TV every night, hoping of finding a Mr. Right. Misguided angel hanging over me, and heart like a Gabriel, pure and white as ivory, soul like a Lucifer, black and cold like a piece of lead. Misguided angel, love you till I'm dead. Baby, don't listen to what they say. There comes a time when you've got to break away. He says, baby, there are things that we all cling to all our lives. It's time to let them go and become my wife. Misguided angel hanging over me, not like a Gabriel, pure and white as ivory, soul like a Lucifer, black and cold like a piece of lead. Misguided angel, love you till I'm dead. Well, when we started the band, we never thought, we never thought of how long we'd be together. We always focused on what the next step in the band was. At first, it was just getting together to rehearse, getting material, learning how to do it as well. When we first started, my brother Pete had never drummed before, so figuring out, I'd never sung before, so just figuring out how to be a band was our first goal. Then it was to put our first album together, how to do it, how to get the money for it, first tour, gigs. So we always had small goals, and they were always obtainable goals, nothing huge. We never thought, we didn't even have big rock fantasies. It was so sad and pathetic. We never sort of think, wouldn't it be great if we had a tour bus? We just sort of thought, wouldn't it be great if we could get to Montreal and do a gig, So that sort of thing. And I think in the last 20 years, that really hasn't changed much. We don't really think beyond the next thing to do. We might plan further down, like 2 years from now, we might have an idea. But we've never sort of thought, I wonder if we'll still be here in 10 years. We hope we will be, and I don't see why we won't be. But to answer your question, no, I don't think we ever thought we'd be here in 20 years from now when we started. We just hoped we get a next gig, I think the key to our success is what I was just talking about, keeping our goals obtainable, never really stepping out of what we were doing and focusing on the music. I think we always knew what we had as a foursome was really important for us. Whether it was for anybody else, we didn't really care. We just knew that it was really fun to play, and there was something special happening between us, and we had to keep it, protect it. And as we got more involved with the industry and there were more outsiders coming into what we were doing, we were always really protective of keeping it, the music, separate from the business, and doing it our way, and doing it because we love to do it, and not letting outside pressures interfere with that. And we've always done that. It's been amazing how many, I think if we fight battles on that level, that we will not compromise when it comes to keeping just that Cowboy Junkies sound and what we're doing ours. Business-wise, we'll do a lot of stuff to help sell records, and we work really hard, and we're very much involved in the business. But the music side has been ours, and I think 20 years later, when the four of us are still together, it's the same as it was 20 years ago. Nothing's changed. We still really like it. We still really like each other. So I think that's been our secret, is just to keep the music ours. Okay, this is A Horse in the Country, and it's off the Black Eyed Man album. Money would be pretty good if a quart of milk was still $1. Or even if a quart of milk was still a quart. And the hours, well, I don't mind how they creep on by like an old love of mine. The years that simply disappear, what are doing to you? Guess I married too young. Yeah, 19 is just too young. But sometimes you meet someone and your guts just burn. It's not that I don't love him anymore, it's just that when I hear him coming through that front door, my heart doesn't race like it did once before. I bought a horse out in the country, Oh yeah, I get to see him every second Sunday, and he comes when I call him. Yeah, he knows his name. One day I'll saddle up, and the two of us will ride away. Whether I could almost stand if the sun would shine a little brighter, or even if the sun would shine at all. But lately it just seems to me that this life has lost its mystery, and these cold fall mornings seem to bite just a little bit harder. All my friends have settled down, become their mothers and their fathers without a sound, except for Kathy. She bought a one-way subway ticket and left us all behind. But I've got us out in the country. I get to see him every second Sunday, and he comes when I call him. Yeah, he knows his name. One day I'll saddle up, and the two of us will ride away. This town wouldn't be so bad if a girl could trust her instincts, or even if a girl could trust a boy. All our albums have been recorded differently in different environments. And they've been recorded differently, not to just say, let's have a change, but because every album's different, or the music's a little bit different, and so we've sort of tried to fit the recording environment with the music we were doing, the album that we were working on. And this album, One Soul Now, was done in our own studio, which is really a glorified garage, basically because we had the equipment at this point. Last year, or 2 years ago, when we were touring our last album, which is called Open, we sent out through the internet word that we were looking to upgrade our recording equipment. And as we traveled around the world, we bumped into people who had great microphones, boards, all kinds of stuff. And we were also with our crew because we were touring, and they know a lot about this stuff. So we gathered up equipment. So our studio became more of a working studio that we could actually get quality recordings out of. And also, I think we did it in the garage because we were ready. We've done 9 studio albums now, so I think we knew how to turn all the knobs and how to do it. You know, when you're a young band and you've never recorded anything, you need outside help to teach you. And we've always been in the booth, always watching, always asking questions and learning. So at this point, Michael is qualified as an engineer, I think, to be able to sit down and turn the knobs. There were certainly occasions when we watched him reach for the manual. We all lost our confidence for a minute, but it turned out okay. So that's why we did it in the garage. And it was great because there was no time pressure on us. There was no studio time and fees, and studios are very expensive. And so when you go in, you have to pretty much get something. This way, if we didn't get anything, we would come back the next day or the next week or that evening. We made our own time schedule, and there was no pressure. Yeah, actually, one we did tonight in this session, which is called Notes Falling Slow, I think is my favorite song on the album. And it is live off the floor on what you hear on the One Soul Now album is just the band playing together. I didn't redo my vocals, or there's no overdubs on, and it was just occasionally with bands you get those moments where everything is going great. The tape is running, or what used to be tape. um, the microphones are placed perfectly. Everybody's in the right groove, and you get the song, and you know it. You know it as once it's ended. That was it. You don't have to do it again. And Notes was recorded that way, and it was one of those moments. Yeah. This is called Cold Evening Wind, and it's for llamas everywhere. There's a cold evening wind coming down from the north, bringing with it cruel words of hard days ahead, of thieving gray skies and lost, desperate mornings, of days when your voice will not turn me around. I've been watching the waves, entranced by the sound, by the gathering green turmoil, by the evil intent. It's time I take all I know and run it aground. There's a cold evening wind coming down from the north, bringing with it cruel words of hard days ahead, of thieving gray skies and lost, desperate mornings, the days when my voice will not turn you around. I need you right now. I need you to bend into the teeth of that cold evening wind. I need you to bend into that cold, cold evening wind. I need you to bend into that cold, cold The CD-ROM, An Anatomy of an Album, was Mike's idea. Um, I think it stems from Michael, and we all love music, but Michael lives music. And when we were kids, Mike always got the albums and just devoured pictures. And I think that's Neil Young's dog back there in the corner. Everything was, he sucked it all up. He loved liner notes. The more information he got, the more fascinated he was. And there are so many people out there. We have a lot of fans that are really interested in details, and we have a website where our fans talk and ask questions, and we all try to answer as many as we can. And they want to know the details of how things are written, what they're about, how they were recorded. So because One Soul Now was done in the garage, there was a lot of more filming, and there was a lot more recording on this album because we didn't have to pay these studio fees. So there was a lot of music that didn't go on the album. There was a lot of film, there was a lot of pictures, and we had this stuff, And so we thought, well, let's make the CD-ROM, which is sort of an extended liner notes, for those who really want to know the details, who love that information. And that's what it is. It just tells you how this album came about and what it's about, and sort of gets you a little bit behind the scenes. I think so. I hope so. I think that over the years we've tried to nurture our fan base, not as a gimmick, but I think that's because who we are. In the early days, when Cowboy Junkies started to get a name and get an audience, and we were with major labels and had managers and all those sorts of important things, there was a push towards trying to keep us mysterious in a way. And, you're up there and we're here and we're on the stage in the darkness. And, and I never liked it. I really was uncomfortable with that feeling of being separate. And I found it made me lonely on the road too. Sort of after a show, that was it. You say thank you very much and leave and go to the next town, and every town is the same. So early in my career, I started after every show to announce on stage that I'd meet you in the lobby. And it wasn't really for them, it was for me, because just for that reason, I found it sort of isolating to not have that contact. It used to make my record company and my manager crazy because it strips you of your mysteriousness. Somebody could just see you in your everyday clothes and close up. And I think that since then we have tried to do that always, and the website totally does that. It gives us that immediate contact, as close as we can possibly have without people coming to our house, which would be a little too close. But and it's been great for us. It's allowed the band to feel more natural. This is Notes Falling Slow, and it's off our new album, One Soul Now. I've caught him staring at distant skies. I would have seen it coming, but I'm blind with age. Too much time on the battle line. Shut it all out, just let the notes fall slow. My love lives inside a haze of blue. He fears today when might come tomorrow. Seeks the shadow, shuns the light. Leads for knowledge, prepares for sorrow. I would have seen it coming, but I'm blind with age. Too much time on the battle line. Shut it all out, just let the notes fall slow. This ain't no depression, just notes falling slow. And early snow and notes falling slow. Do I have the strength to bear their passion? And early snow and notes falling slow. Oh, there's a lot of moments. I mean, from good moments, happy moments where people share, births of their children and then keep bringing them back, and now they're 12 and 13, and some of them even older, which scares me, um, to people telling me terrible, sad stories about losing their brothers or parents and how our music helped them. And, those things always get me, getting me now, because music to me is that. It's something to get you to the next day. Life can get really hard, and I think that if you can put on your favorite record and cry along to a song or even dance, while you're cleaning the house or doing something mundane, that's what it's for. And so when I hear that our music has done that, I know we've done the right thing. I know that it's worthwhile. And again, you can get so wrapped up in the business and how many records have you sold and how much they cost to put the bus on the road and gas prices and all that stuff. And then when I hear a story like that, who cares? I know that if I never make another record or never sing another song, I've touched somebody or we've touched somebody and it's made their life a little bit better. And that's a good job, So I love that. I love that part. And I love, again, it's the immediacy of being able to talk to people. Motherhood and careers, they don't go together. It's a nightmare. I love being a mom. My mother says I'm trying to be an old-fashioned mom, and I don't have an old-fashioned life. And it's so true. I wish I had a white picket fence house and stayed home every day and, could just watch him every second. He's with me on the road. It's hard because I can't also be the career mom where the nanny takes him. If I hear him up in the morning, I get up, and I'm up at 7:30, and then I put him to bed at 8, and I get on the stage at 9, and I sometimes wonder this is really stupid. But I think that having him also feeds me, it gives me some sort of, it's tiring, but it's not tiring like the tireds I've had in the past. And he gives me something, and I don't know what it is, so that when I am on that stage at 9 o'clock and I've been up all day with him and haven't had enough sleep, I can do it. And I think that what he gives me is just joy. He's just great to watch. He makes me laugh, and, he's a happy guy. He's easy. So I think that's how you juggle it. There's tons of guilt, but I think there's guilt with any kind of mom, whether you're a stay-at-home mom or a career mom or lugging them around in a bus or, guilt is part of it, and you just do your best, This is called The Slide, and it's the last song off the new album. Jesus, sweet Jesus, if you're listening, can you pass me to your Paul? I'm having a hard time understanding why he's so cruel and demanding with his love. Darling, sweet darling, keep whispering, I'll find you through this din. Sitting and watching, two flames busy dancing to our love. Grab on to this moment, inhale it, hold it inside. Savor its sweetness, yearn for the slide. savor its sweetness, yearn for the slide. Jesus, sweet Jesus, if you're listening, can you pass me to your paw? I'm having a hard time understanding why he's so discriminating with his love. I'm having a hard time understanding why he's so discriminating with his love, with his love, with his love. That's a very long story. The llama story is long and drawn out, and you know what? I really don't know the honest answer to it. I know it's sort of, I really shouldn't even go into it. You have to get on the website to find out and ask a llama, because they sort of know, they name themselves, our fans name themselves the llamas, and it's based on something Michael said about spitting llamas. And it went from there, and somehow they became llamas. And I really don't know the details. I should find out. But again, the website and the llamas have their own world. It's not necessarily something that is always connected with us. You get onto our website, and there's all sorts of discussions about things that have nothing to do with us. They're in their own thing. A lot of times it is about what we're doing, but not necessarily. And again, I love that. I love the fact that they aren't just, this sort of, they're not so focused on us that it's scary. And they've found there's a friendship, too. A lot of them have met through our website, and they have this common love, which is the Junkies. But they're so different. I mean, they come from all walks of life, and it's so odd to meet them and find out, how did you ever find out about us? Some suburban housewife from, and she loves us, and she's traveling around with the llamas, Where are your kids? I don't know. But anyway, it's healthy, their group. And that's why it doesn't frighten me, and and I embrace it. I enjoy seeing them. I enjoy, hanging out with them, afterwards, and finding out what they thought about the shows. It's good. This is Tired Eyes by Neil Young. Well, he shot 4 men in a cocaine deal, and he left him lying in an open field full of old cars with bullet holes in the mirrors. He tried take my advice, wasn't supposed to go down that way. But they burned his brother. They left him lying in the driveway. They let him down with nothing. He tried to do his best, but he could not. Please take my advice. Please take my advice. Open up your tired eyes. Open up your tired Well, tell me more. Tell me more. No, tell me more. I mean, was he a heavy doper? Oh, was he just a loser? And what do you mean? He had bullet holes in his mirror.